We're joined today by Nicolas Patrick, who's a human rights lawyer and head of pro bono at DLA Piper, currently based in London. Nicolas, why are law firms now investing so much in pro bono?
Well, pro bono is really about access to justice, and the main purpose of our pro bono practices is to assist people who can't get access to the legal system to get legal representation. The Productivity Commission released a report in 2014 which said that 17% of the population will experience some form of unmet legal need. It also found that legal aid was underfunded. It recommended an immediate injection of about $200 million into the legal aid system. There's more and more funds being drained out of the legal aid system. So more and more money is going towards crime and coming away from civil law, and that's where the law firms are directing a lot of their attention. The Productivity Commission report found that the people who have the most unmet legal needs are women, people on Centrelink benefits, people with disabilities, and Indigenous Australians. So again, that's where the law firms are trying to target their pro bono resources. So pro bono is really about trying to improve access to justice and make sure the legal system is fair for everybody.
How much pro bono work is being done?
Well, the National Pro Bono Resource Centre released a report into pro bono last year. It surveyed 55 large law firms, and it found that those 55 law firms alone were doing some 374,000 hours of pro bono work. So that's about 3% of the entire legal assistance sector. So 3% of all of legal assistance that is provided by pro bono. So it's a small proportion of the legal assistance sector, but it's quite an important part because pro bono is introducing some flexibility into what is otherwise a very rigid system. So pro bono providers don't employ the same means and merits tests, for example, that legal aid will apply when deciding who to assist. So sometimes people who are experiencing legal need and in some very difficult situations may, for some reason, not qualify for legal aid, but they may qualify for pro bono. So although it's only a small part of the legal assistance sector, it's a very important part. In terms of how much work the individual firms are doing, there's a target in Australia of 35 hours. Most of the large law firms now meet that target. The mid-sized firms seem to be ramping up their pro bono practices. They're employing more and more dedicated pro bono lawyers, and that is the biggest predictor of success of a pro bono practice. And you're really starting to see where the mid-sized firms are employing pro bono lawyers, their pro bono hours are starting to increase.
So what benefits do law firms get from doing pro bono work?
Well, I would say the law firms obviously get benefits in terms of staff satisfaction. There's also client expectations. You know, the clients like to see that we're doing pro bono work. But I would say the greatest benefit for the law firms is the benefits that our staff get. Quite often we will have lawyers say to us, I took on this pro bono matter because I wanted to help the client, but I got more out of this pro bono work myself. That's such a common response that we get from lawyers to pro bono. There was a really interesting survey published in the papers a couple of weeks ago, which asked law students why they studied law. The number one response, more than 25% of law students said they studied law because they wanted to make a difference. The bottom response, less than 5%, said they were studying law because they wanted to make money. So we know that if we want to attract the very best graduates, the very best lawyers into our firm, we have to give them an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the community. And so it is about staff satisfaction. So, you know, we know that it's good for our people. It makes them happy. It makes them better lawyers. It gives them a broader range of experience, and it's great for the community. So it's a virtuous circle.
Absolutely. Nicolas, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.